This is Dan of Vagabond Awake, the YouTube channel for vagabondbuddha.com. Why are some people deciding to retire overseas? I left the United States 18 years ago. Please let me explain why my life overseas has been better and cheaper. And while I explain this to you, I'm going to show you a video I've taken from all over the world, 73 countries, as I've traveled the world for the last 18 years. I've been living exotically overseas for 18 years for less than it would cost at home. What if there was a way once learned that might help you live a more adventurous life in paradise overseas for less than you thought possible? What if you could radically transform the quality of your day-to-day life and potentially even retire years earlier than you thought possible? Would you want to learn if it was possible for you too? I've created 1,081 YouTube videos showing you my favorite places to retire early for cheap in paradise. People have watched my videos 24 million times, and 2,632 people have accessed my 292 written reports and online courses that share how I have lived this unique and exciting life. And it's not just me. I have over 140 interviews with people that have experienced similar results. Let me explain why my financial disaster helped me become the best person in the world to help you establish a better life overseas. I'm not just talking about this. This happened to me. 18 years ago, I had a dream to retire early and travel, but my dreams crashed and burned in the worldwide 2007 market crash. My dream was to spend 9 months of each year retired in the United States and the other 3 months traveling internationally. By 2007, my retirement nest egg and my Social Security were on course to support this dream if I did nothing else and just let it sit there for 10 years. All I had to do was make enough money to support myself and let my nest egg grow naturally. So I left the USA and started working overseas and traveling the world working on my laptop. There's an old saying, God laughs when we make plans. On that day, God was laughing. Disaster struck. So while I was overseas, the market crashed in 2007. I watched my nest egg drop substantially. I had no idea when it would recover completely. Luckily, I didn't sell anything while the market was down. I'd expected normal appreciation per year while living outside the USA, but my nest egg dropped substantially and I had no idea when or if it would fully recover. I started to worry that I would need to work until age 70, so I started looking for a backup plan. My backup plan. So as I traveled the world slowly, I started living in places that were cheaper than the United States. One day this solution occurred to me. If I retired overseas for 9 months of the year in a low cost of living country instead of the US, I might still be able to retire early. Plus, with a cheaper foreign retirement, I would be able to save enough so I could still travel internationally the other 3 months of the year. That's when I started hunting for my favorite place to retire early for cheap overseas for 9 months of the year. I began to keep track of the cost of living in each place. I began to realize that there were many paradise locations around the world where I could live for half or less of what I would need in the US. I also realized that I was not hunting for a needle in a haystack. There were literally 20 to 30 places around the world that I would be perfectly happy to call home in retirement. I knew that because I'd already spent considerable time in those locations. I lived all over the world. Sometimes I would live in one place for a few weeks, sometimes for a few months. I almost never bought round-trip tickets. I just kept moving forward slowly through the world, buying one-way tickets. I was really having fun. And when I went home to visit the US every other year or so, something surprising happened. I just wasn't into the US lifestyle anymore. I love visiting family and friends in the US, but I didn't miss the lifestyle anymore. The US is all about malls, chain restaurants, and rush hour traffic. I preferred living overseas in more quaint, walkable neighborhoods where I didn't need a car at all. I was lucky to be born in the US. The US passport lets me travel most of the world without getting tourist visas. But when I visit the US, I can't believe how fast I start hemorrhaging money. Money just flies out of my pockets. Almost everything seems to cost 3 to 4 times as much. The media was wrong. Growing up in the US, the media had me thinking the US is safe, but the rest of the world is dangerous. After 73 countries, I have not found that to be the case. The opposite has been true in my experience. Wouldn't I know? People are basically the same all over the world. They work hard and bring home their success and share it with their family and friends. They take care of their neighbors, they watch out for the young, the weak, and the old. The overwhelming majority of people in every culture are about love, integrity, fairness, and family. Quality of life. When I left the U.S., I assumed that cheaper places would have a lower quality of life. I assumed that quality of life would be higher in more expensive places, but I've found the opposite to be true. Expensive places have traded quality of life for materialism. People in expensive places have to work so much to buy things, they don't have personal time with family or friends. You'll learn that there are parts of the world where life is just simpler. There are places where people drink coffee from a ceramic cup. That's meant part is a joke, but it turns out to be true. When you drop out of the rat race, you'll learn that life is more about experiences than rushing off to the next thing. Does your value rise overseas? I often feel invisible when the plane lands in my home country. People don't seem to notice me, but as soon as the plane lands overseas, people take an interest in me in a good way. When I smile, they smile back at me ear to ear. And when I'm single, it's much easier to get a date with someone I'm attracted to. I've seen both men and women surprised by new love in their life living overseas. How am I different than the other gurus? It took me 18 years and a few $100,000 of my own money traveling the world to figure out how all of the pieces of this puzzle fit together nicely. That knowledge is accumulated in my written reports, courses, and videos. That's what is different about me. I've spent 18 years in the best early for cheap places. I can compare them because I've had my feet on the ground in both places when I start comparing pros and cons of each. I've lived in many of them for months, some even years. I've created walking tours, day and night tours, cost of living estimates. I show you by map, text, and video what it feels like to be in each place. My written reports have videos showing you what I'm talking about. This consistent comparison through one set of eyes over such a long period of time would help you greatly, don't you think? This will help you narrow the time and energy you spend in your search. Yes, but it is not all fun and games. There are significant risks to retiring overseas that you must consider. After millions of views from people watching me traveling around the world on my YouTube channel, showing the various places I could retire overseas and what it would cost me, my audience started asking great questions. What do you do about banking and healthcare? Do you sell your home before you move overseas? How do you find love overseas? What are your favorite countries? Do you ever get food poisoning? And how do you avoid it? How do you narrow down what countries to visit? What are the easiest countries to get visas? And hundreds of more questions. So I started writing reports about how I handled problems personally and how other expats I've met and interviewed overseas have solved those and other problems. I interview expats all over the world, finding out how they solve problems in whatever country they live. There are hundreds of mistakes people have made retiring overseas, and new ones are discovered constantly. So the ebooks, courses, and interviews we provide are intended to inform you about problems I and others have faced so you can avoid as many mistakes as possible. Unfortunately, not all risks can be eliminated from life, but these resources are designed to reduce risks that myself and other expats have already experienced. So when we find out about new problems that people have experienced living overseas, we share what we learned so others in the membership community don't have to experience the same risks. Continually improve. Can I invite you into my world? I have an idea of how we could help each other. The information I share is created by me in response to questions from people like you, our members. Where we go, what videos we make, what questions we answer, what reports we write, and what courses we create come from members' suggestions. So I'm asking you to be brutally honest and share your ideas. This will allow me to continue to improve and to drive the new information in a direction that is most valuable to our existing members and to the future members like you. Okay, so here is what you get if you join. Retire Cheap in Paradise membership. Location reports. First, I would like to offer you a membership in my Retire Cheap reports. Each featured country has the location reports that include text, videos, livability factors, cost of living, tours, things to do, restaurants, best areas to stay, transportation, plus other travel tips and secrets. Today there are already 166 reports of my favorite Retire Cheap and Paradise locations in the world, but this library grows as we add more. Comparison reports. This is what makes me different. Since I have spent considerable time in all of these places, I'm able to discuss the pros and cons of each country and the best locations within countries. You learn what is different about each place when compared to the others. The comparison reports help you bubble the best ones to the top. Today there are already 27 comparison reports, but this library grows as we add more. Planning reports. After 18 years outside my home country, I have shared hundreds of tricks to save you money, time, and aggravation on a diverse set of topics such as banking mistakes, minimalism, expat mistakes, spending mistakes, visa mistakes, real estate mistakes, finding love overseas, slow travel tips, travel fitness, safety tips, and making money online. I pick which reports to write next based upon the kinds of questions I get from members. There are already 59 planning reports, but this library grows as we add more. Slow travel reports. After slow traveling the world in 73 different countries, I share hundreds of tricks and tips to save you money slow traveling the world, such as how to rent perfect apartments, how to save money on international travel, how to enter countries without round-trip tickets, how to save money traveling on the ground instead of flying, how to pack, etc. Today there's already 15 slow travel reports, but this library grows as we add more. The Retire Overseas course. Once I had published hundreds of reports, one of my members said, "Dan, there are so many reports, I don't know where to start." So I created a course of 7 lessons, 30 to 40 minutes each, that teach each stage of overseas retirement journey, so you know which reports to read and when. The course and the ebooks it shares could easily have saved me thousands of dollars and hundreds of headaches, avoiding some of the problems and aggravations I have experienced living overseas for the last 18 years. And I'm including my Retire Overseas course for new and existing members. The Hobby Income course. For a few years, a bunch of you have said to me, "Dan, this all sounds good, but I need more monthly cash flow before I'll be able to live my dreams overseas." So as a way of thanking my existing subscribers for making my dreams come true, I've created a course teaching how I've been able to make money online with my favorite hobby, travel. The course teaches you how I turned my favorite hobby into a way to make extra money. The course has over-the-shoulder videos showing you how I set it all up on vagabondbuddha.com and how I use YouTube to find people interested in learning my hobby. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It took me over 5 years to get where I am today, but I was doing my hobby for free anyway, so the possibility of making any money at all was amazing. But that's not all you get. If you join, there's 3 amazing bonuses. The Retirement Action Planner. Your membership includes a copy of my Retirement Action Planner. The planner describes how the world is changing, how you need to adjust to be ready for retirement. The planner includes how and when to save and invest for retirement, how to avoid dipping into your principal, how to pick a financial advisor, the best age to retire based upon your situation, a retirement calculator, how to budget before and during retirement, savings and investments, investment tips, how to pay off debt. This is not the only bonus. Okay, bonus number 2, retire at any age with almost no money. This ebook teaches how the world used to be and how things are different now. The world is changing. If you already have enough money for retirement, this book is not for you. The book includes describing how to get ready for retirement at any age by working really hard for 3 to 5 years and building a cash flow. Then continue working at a slower pace as you slow down into a working retirement. This allows you to slow down but still keep earning money by leveraging time, money, and automation. This is not the only bonus. Bonus number 3, maximize Social Security. I studied this topic and came up with 8 important tips for you. I even used one of the tips I learned to increase my mother's Social Security check by over $1,000 per month. Plus, the increase was retroactive. So she received a check for more than $12,000 in back payments. Not all Social Security accounts are eligible for this, but if you are, it will be a nice surprise. There are 2 memberships available today, a monthly membership and a one-time payment for life. The $19 monthly membership. It's a $19 monthly recurring membership per month starting today. Allows 8 report downloads per month, personal use only. Cancel at any time without explanation or reason. Includes all existing and future reports, courses, and planning guides added to the membership hereafter. Frozen at $19 per month until you cancel. Only the $19 monthly membership has a 30-day money-back satisfaction guaranteed. No questions asked. Next up is the lifetime membership. One payment for life. It's $199 for a lifetime membership. Unlimited downloads per month for life. Personal use only, including all existing and future reports, courses, and planning guides added to the membership hereafter. No money-back guarantee for the lifetime membership because of the unlimited downloads. Instead, sign up for the guaranteed $19 monthly membership, then upgrade to the lifetime membership after confirming the value to you. When you upgrade, you'll receive a prorated portion of the first $19 monthly payment towards the lifetime membership. But what are people saying about us? Good day, Dan. I hope I find you and Chung well. I've been working my way through your Retire Overseas course, which now has become my Bible and my go-to encyclopedia and reference source when I need to research a topic. So thank you so very much for the great effort and work you have gone through compiling this for no other reason than to impart your knowledge and wisdom onto those of us who follow in your footsteps. In every aspect of life, the challenges are always easier to face and overcome when you have a coach, a mentor, and inspiration, and you are certainly all of those and so much more to many of us. Jeff, here's a few more thoughts. I just wanted to say how much I appreciate your customer service. You're truly great to do business with. I want to let everyone know that what you promise, you deliver. You actually over-deliver. Your information is extremely valuable and accurate. The reports and courses are also of high value. To me, the real value is the down-to-earth, accurate information that you constantly deliver. Keep it up. The fact that others love what we're doing is great, but wouldn't you love it even more if we also took the risk of membership purchase away from you? Just join our $19 monthly membership today and take us for a test drive. If you don't feel like we've delivered more than you expected, we will refund your money. Here is our money back guarantee. 100% satisfaction guarantee. Start with a $19 monthly membership. It is fully protected by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. If you don't get more than you thought you would, just let us know during the first 30 days and we'll send you a prompt refund for your $19. Upgrade to lifetime for ultimate savings after you confirm the value of the monthly membership, since the lifetime is non-refundable. Next, another Jeff says, your business deal is the best one I've ever made in my lifetime. I know the cost of travel. You have saved me thousands of dollars and years of time. Please remember your promise to me. I'm asking you to share your ideas with me so I can keep the reports more valuable for you and everyone else. In return for your help, I'll freeze you at this price for as long as you remain a member. By helping me help you make your dreams come true, you'll be helping me open the same door for others. I'll be forever grateful to you. To get started, just come to vagabondbuddha.com. Click the membership benefits button on the front page. Scroll down, everything's in writing, and then click the buy button at the bottom. That will take you to the registration page. I look forward to meeting you in person somewhere in the world someday.